Yo guys, this is Magnus Manga, and I'm coming to you with my January and February manga haul. And I know I've been very infrequent with my uploads. I'm just so busy with schoolwork and actual work that I just have neglected my YouTube. And I've also had to. It doesn't look like it in the haul, but I have had to cut down on my manga spending. So like the first half in January I went a little too crazy, and so I'm having to dial it back for the next couple of months. I'll still be picking some volumes up every now and again, but not nearly to the same level that I have been. I'll probably pick up a bit more in the summer when I can work a lot more and catch back up on some releases. But anyway, enough blabbering. Let me get right into the video. And the first stuff up are some manga that I missed in December that I wasn't able to pick up until I got back to my college campus. And that is Yozakura Family Volume 8 by Hitsuji Gondaira. Great series. If you like Spy X Family, this is right up your alley. It's really good. Next up is Mashle Magic and Muscles Volume 14 by Hajime Komoto. It's like One Punch Man, Harry Potter had a baby. It's great. Only about 4 more volumes after this. It'll end at 18. And so yeah, it is another fun series. Diamonds of the Shadow Realm Volume 3 by Hiromu Arakawa. This is the creator of Full Metal Alchemist and Silver Spoon. And this is another sort of Demon Hunter type series. I'm enjoying it. I'm still kind of formulating my opinions on it, but overall it's pretty good. Next up is One Piece Omnibus 33, which contains volumes 97 through 99. I'm not sure most of you know about this, but I do collect the One Piece omnibuses over the singles. Probably should have done the singles, but I was looking for ways to save money on manga, and I went with the omnibuses. Next up is Blue Lock Volume 10, fun sports series. I am enjoying this. I'm caught up to the anime, and I'm just kind of waiting for the manga to wrap up and catch up to the anime. Next up is Marmalade Boy, Volume 4. Just one more volume left of this classic shoujo manga. It's really kind of full of a bunch of shoujo tropes, and while this is definitely not for everybody, and this is definitely dated, like it's not, you can tell it came out in the 90s, I still think it's a fun read. It's just kind of a fun read. Not too serious. Something a lot more serious is the Les Miserables manga, an adaptation of Victor Hugo's famous work. It is not based off the musical. Don't get that confused. A great finale to this fantastic piece of literature. I definitely recommend, if you like reading regular books as well as manga, to check this out. This is a great adaptation of Les Mis. So that was all of the manga that I had that I wasn't able to pick up until January. And so now we're going to get into a little bit of my January manga, and then a bunch of manga that I have picked up over the past couple of weeks. And that is, first off, Kaiju number 8, Volume 9. A great continuation. I enjoyed this volume a lot more than I have some of the previous volumes. And then Blue Box Volume 8, getting a lot more of the school life and sports stuff. We got another hat in the ring, I guess, in the love triangle thing. Very enjoyable volume. I love the art in the series, and I can't wait for the anime that is about to come out. So next up are some volumes that I've picked up from Half Price Books pretty much. And first up is Quintessential Quintuplets Volume 4 by Negi Hiruba. Volume 5. And Volume 12. I'm kind of making it my goal to pick up all of Quintessential Quintuplets from Half Price Books, which has not been hard. I'm only missing 3 volumes. And then Spider-Man Fake Red, a friend of mine got this for me. Overall, this was a fine Spider-Man story. Nothing super crazy. Definitely great for those who are younger and who like Spider-Man and also like MHA or Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever. I definitely would recommend. The next up is the Fullmetal Alchemist, the complete 4-panel comics. I got this just to kind of complete my Fullmetal Alchemist volumes. I still am missing 2 volumes, but I'm wanting to pick up a bunch of the other stuff that are in the Fullmetal Alchemist series. Next up is Hell's Paradise Volume 8. Volume 9. And Volume 11. I'm only missing 3 more volumes till I have this series complete. Kind of taking my time with it, which is totally fine. And next up is the Orange box set. I got this using some rewards from Barnes & Noble. And so yeah, I love the spines on each of these. I'm not going to pull it out and show you because I'm being a little lazy. But there are tons of other YouTubers who have done those. But this is the best way to pick up the series without a doubt. The other way is through the omnibuses, and they look ugly. They look pretty bad. That is it for this part of the haul, and I can't wait to show you what I pick up later in January and in February. So for this next part of the haul, I'm going to start off with some volumes that I picked up that are some older pickups that I grabbed. And that is After the Rain, Volume 3. I've been enjoying this rom-com-esque story. Pretty wholesome, other than the fact that it's an age gap. Literally the only thing that's really keeping it down. But, I mean, it deals with the topic in a fairly respectful, unique way, which is one of the reasons why I even keep reading it in the first place. Next up are 2 volumes that were a little tough to read, but they're some of the only manhwa that I've read, and I've really enjoyed reading this, and I might check out his other work, and that is The Horizon, Volumes 2 and 3. But 3 is the final volume, like you can see here. Yeah, it was a harder read. I might try The Boxer, which is his other work. I do want to read some other manhwa, like Jungle Juice, The God of High School, Tower of God, and Solo Leveling. Those are kind of the primary ones on my list. Hopefully they won't be as dark as The Horizon. Now I'm going to get on to volumes that are new releases for January. First off is Origin Volume 2. Fantastic fighting series. If you're looking for anything more than robots fighting each other, you're gonna miss out. It has some fantastic artwork and some amazing action sequences, and that's about it. Next up is Dan Dan Volume 6. I am enjoying this series a lot more than when I first read it. I definitely recommend it now. So, not much to say about it. It was very good. Next up is another fantastic One Punch Man volume, volume 27. I'm really hoping that we pick up on the releases. I know in Japan they're at volume 30, and that's still not even caught up to where the digital release is. Let's see, what chapter does this end on? This ends up on chapter 137, when the digital release of the monthly chapters is at 202. So it is severely behind, and it needs to catch up. Next up is Shoha Shoten Volume 4. This series is honestly kind of underrated, at least when it comes to the physical readers. The physical volumes, not many people talk about it, but it's definitely up there with when it comes to being able to portray comedy well in manga form. I think it'll be a lot funnier with an anime, kind of like Akane Banashi. And yeah, the art in it is fantastic, which was my main draw to the series. It is done by the artist of Death Note. Next up is Go-Go Loser Rangers Volume 8. Fantastic volume, absolutely amazing. I've really enjoyed the series now that it is past the training arc, or the exam arc, or whatever it was. That was I loved the series at the beginning. Then it got into that second training arc thing, and then afterwards during that it just became so hard to read. But then now the arc that it's in is absolutely fantastic. So hopefully it doesn't dip down again. Next up is the final volume for Shaman King Flowers, Volume 6. It ends off in kind of a cliffhanger. I don't really know what to make of the ending. I guess it leads into another spin-off, I guess. But there hasn't been any license announcement as far as I can tell about any future spin-offs, so we'll see what happens with that. Another final volume, and that is Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, Volume 3. Pretty chill series based off of a movie. The movie is fantastic, which was what made me pick up this series. And yeah, really enjoyed reading it and watching it. Another volume by One, Mob Psycho Volume 13. Finally breaking into where Season 3 starts. Love the artwork, it's so unique. I know it's not the best art, but it's endearing. Yeah, nothing really too much to say about it. Only 3 more volumes left of this. A fantastic read, Tokyo Revengers. Every time I pick up a volume, it's like, how can this series end poorly? And I know it's coming, and it's coming soon. I think we only need 6 more volumes of this to be caught up, and I am like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Next up is a series that I was so excited when it came out, and that is Gachiakuta Volume 1. The artist Kei Urana was an assistant to Okubo. I forget what his first name is. He was the mangaka for Soul Eater and Fire Force, and her art absolutely reflects that. It's kind of like in this Mad Max Battle Angel Alita type world, but with the art of Fire Force, and it is wild, it is crazy, with a really fun power system. Next up is Record of Ragnarok, Volume 9. Got to see a little bit more plot outside of just characters fighting. There was like a little break from the fights and some tension between some of the humans and the gods, and I really enjoyed that. This series is very turn your brain off and just watch some fun action. Next up is Volume 2 of Bocchi the Rock. I didn't notice this until I saw some of the Japanese releases. The Bocchi the Rock sign right here, the font, changes between each individual volume. I don't have Volume 1 with me to show the difference, but I promise you it's happening. Unfortunately, it's very thin for the price. I wish it was at least $13. But it is what it is. I really enjoy the Forcoma style, and it really reminds me of K-On!, which I also really enjoyed. Last up for my January haul volumes, it is Parasite Volume 5. Every time I read the series, I understand why it is such a classic series, and I really enjoy the full color art style, and I just love the subtly getting darker and darker color scheme, and then also the spelling out of Parasite. That will look absolutely fantastic when it is finished, which it only needs about 3 more volumes. Now, I only got 3 volumes in the month of February. First off is Oshinoko, Volume 5. Fantastic read, and I love. For a second I had thought that they weren't going to do this, but the covers change every couple of volumes. The first 4 were all white. Then I think this one, and then I think the next one are black. Goes back to white again. Then there will be like a pink volume and a lime green one, like almost this shade of lime green right here. And so that'll be fun. If I remember correctly, there isn't really specific story reasons why. I haven't actually looked a ton into why they change, but I'm pretty sure it's not for story reasons, though that would also make sense. Next up is a series that I've really enjoyed, that I think kind of gets overshadowed or forgotten about, and that is Fire Force, the Omnibus 8, so collectings volumes 22 through 24. We're kind of nearing the end. I think we only got 4 more omnibuses left, and 2 of those are 2-in-1s. I think kind of like the Attack on Titan ones that ended last year. Feels like this series just started in the omnibuses, but we're almost done with them. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, not much to talk about. It's Fire Force. And last up for this haul is fantastic series, and that is Blue Lock Volume 11. I love the white and the blue. Not a ton to say about this series. You've probably read it or heard about it, but the big thing to note is that we're about half a volume till where season 1 ends off in the manga. So we'll finally be getting content that is outside of the anime in a couple months. So guys, thank you so very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. My next video will probably end up being the March-April haul video, just because of how busy I am. I want to do a couple of I want to start getting into video essay stuff, hopefully. It's just writing scripts and writing in general is just filled up by schoolwork. My hauls will probably they won't be as big as they have been in the past up until next summer. Yeah, just because of some personal stuff, and also I really overdid it in January. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao.